my what was my
must-have was attractive and no hair on the balls. Yeah.
No, that was not my must-have, was it?
Yeah, or maybe your deal breaker was that they
had body hair. Isn't the same thing?
So this is my point I'm trying to make. Suddenly I feel very superficial because but it wasn't must-have.
Do not judge yourself in relationship to Andy. You'll lose every time. He's so much more mature than us. I promise you that.
All right, let's turn it around to you. What is your absolute one of your must-haves?
So in addition, I won't steal sense of humor because that's a totally big one for me. I speak sarcasm fluently. And so if you do not speak that language, there's probably not a future for us. Music. Like that is a language for me.
It's a hard one though. I think some people have such diverse tastes. You can't.
It is. They're like, I mean.
What if they're into music, but they're really into something that you're not into?
If they are into shitty college pop, that's going to be a problem.
Hootie Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish. Did you really go there?
They're back on tour, man.
Stop it.
That's why I'm wearing a trucker hat. Later, I'm going to put on a flannel and drive around a truck.
The 90s are back in,
cry to my
baby.
dog. Yeah.
It is true. The 90s
so
are back.
Music is a big thing. So like really good taste in music, and I've shared that with you.
Yeah.
So like that's really
I'm
important.
going to challenge you the fact that you're saying you want not. This isn't selfish, but like you want similar taste in music.
No,
to yours.
no,
I want good taste in music, but there's other music that's good that you don't like.
Well, then I would challenge that it's good.
Yeah.
Not that I am but good to me.
Good to
like
you.
stuff
Okay.
that because I've been exposed
Is
to
that an
things that
enjoy
I'm like,
together thing, or is it just a style thing?
it's a style thing, and for me, it's akin to somebody having a certain fashion style or something, which that isn't a thing for me necessarily. It's the music. There's some sort of expression in that is really attractive to me.
I totally see that.
So music is a big thing for me.
What if somebody was really like? I think music for you is a motivator. It's like it's a comfort. It's a familiar port. You can kind of always get to where you want to go with particular types of music and themes.
Sure.
What if the person had that passion, but it was just a sporting thing or some other?
No, it's about music. So I mean, like music is definitely a way in for me. Even if it's not my particular style of music, just to share your passion through music is really exciting. It tells me about somebody.
I once went on a date to Red Rocks to go see Harry Connick Jr. because it was the most important thing that was ever going to happen to her life. She was like,
That sounds like an amazing show.
It was amazing. I like Harry Connick Jr. It wasn't really
your thing.
Yeah, I loved Red Rocks. I loved the concert, but the combination was not an over the top. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, this is absolutely beautiful environment, absolutely beautiful concert. It was great. It was a great time, but it wasn't something that I like hold on to as a great particular experience. And that's when I knew, like, oh, okay, we have a different orientation of how we enjoy these things.
Right, and so that would be the same thing. If there was a musical event that just did not get, then it's a music language that we don't share. So it may, even if it's something that like I haven't ever been exposed to, if it's something that catches me, or there's some sort of mutual, like, oh, I get them now.
Is it about having the thing together or privately or just common?
It's not even common. It's just an exposure to something that I'm like, fuck, that's cool.
Okay.
So that deal breaker is super shallow, more shallow than yours. Deal breaker is Grateful Dead tattoos.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
What if they're covered up? Like,
how many people have Grateful Dead tattoos?
There's a lot in this county.
Yeah,
really?
707.
You'd be surprised.
I also grew up in Northern California, so yeah, a fuck ton.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about beer tattoos?
Beer tattoos. It wouldn't bother me.
Any other tattoos that would bother you?
Yeah, I mean, there's like certain, like white supremacist tattoos would bother me.
Swastikas.
Teardrops underneath the eye. Yeah,
I don't know. That might be kind of hot.
Oh, what if a dude had a tattoo right here on his hip bone?
Well,
in his bikini area.
Or you could marry someone with a tramp stamp.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I think if you had...
we have to wrap this up. I can see it's just going downhill.
I could see myself getting a tattoo just for like the joke of it, but...
You probably would.
Yeah, there probably are some of these that will probably turn into jokes at some point. I mean, a lot of them are impulsive, but...
I just listened to a podcast recently where the guest was talking about her husband, who's like, you know, his whole body is basically a canvas for tattoos. And
that's beautiful.
Her last name is Lake. And he put, like, after they knew each other for 9 days, and he went out and got an entire, like, almost his whole arm or his whole leg or something with Lake on it. After they knew each other for 9 days. And she was like, holy shit, oh my God.
I mean,
wait,
I will
it gets
say,
better. He goes, please don't panic. If this doesn't work out, I can just put ERS on the end of it, or RS on the end of it. It'll be Lakers. But she was like, oh my God, it's like
there's a million lakes in the world. You could put Tahoe underneath it, right. You know?
So
I got a tattoo for a boy. And it was a week and 2 days after our first date, which was a Beastie Boys concert.
That's 9 days, same thing.
It is 9 days. Wow, you can do math. And it was each other's initials with an infinity sign, and it was the worst.
Shut up.
The worst tribal.
How old were you?
I was 23.
Can I see it?
I think 26.
It is now covered up.
No, I think 20. You're up to 26.
On my
you're allowed
back,
to do that.
It's covered up with a big lotus now.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it is not covered up on him, although I haven't really known him or talked to him much in 25 years.
I love my tattoos, but all but one.
But so it was an infinity symbol with our initials, so it was S and H for Sam and Heather, except that because it was like done by some shitty meth head tattoo artist and tribal, that it looked like S and M, which were his initials, like his first and last name. But for me, it just looked like I had like some tribal S&M tattoo on my back.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, no, we're going to cover this up.
I
have a tattoo that I would like to change. It's a tramp stamp. My first tattoo. I don't know how to make it
You
different.
go to an artist and you say, here you go, here's a canvas.
Can you just do something with
that's what I did with my back.
That's what you do. You just go to an artist and you say, here's a canvas.
What was your first tattoo?
My first ones, they're both now covered up. So I had these like kind of Heineken looking red stars on my upper left shoulder and then my lower right calf.
For
what? I was living in Chicago. I was at a party and I was drinking Heineken and somebody said, what would you get for tattoos? Like, I don't know, something random, like maybe these little stars. The next day,
you wake up.
I was on my way I was a sound designer at a theater, and it was the day that the time changed, and I got the time wrong. So I was an hour early to the theater, and I was parked. My bike was locked up at a tattoo parlor, a really famous one in Chicago, across the street from the theater. And I had an hour to kill, and this guy's smoking outside. He's like, are you my 4 o'clock? I'm like, yep. And so I just went in with him, sat down, and he was like, so we're going to have like a mermaid riding a gondola in a hot air balloon or something like that. And I was like, no, I've changed my mind. And I only had like maybe $100 to my name, which was the shop minimum. And I was like, how much of the, like, what could I get for this? And he's like, you could get like smaller tattoos for that, for the minimum, like less than an hour. And I was like, okay, how about this? And I just did little stars the size of a quarter. So he did that. And then my girlfriend at the time, who eventually we did get married, was like, I can't believe you got tattoos. That's a huge violation or whatever.
Is she Jewish?
No.
Okay.
But she was like, my dad will never accept you. He and I were great friends. And so I didn't have any tattoos until after we separated. And then I got 19 of them within a succession of a really quick period of time. So and then since then, both of those have been either incorporated into other bigger tattoos or have been covered up. So
in the theme of this podcast, my first tattoo was this one on my chest, which is
on her upper breast, by the way,
which is a first generation Japanese. Japanese was translated from the Chinese language. That means love, but translated word for word, it means spirit of the heart. So I have been in love with love since the beginning.
I love love.
Do you have any it's like REO Speedwagon you can take us out with in this, or no?
Wouldn't that be great? Actually, recently I was thinking that, and then I was like, oh, all the copyright shit, but whatever. We're just going to go with what kind of music is this that I play?
Rock.
No, it's studio rock. So those are musicians that were never in a band together. No, I'm serious. Like that's a lot of musicians coming out of that. Like,
okay, cheers. Andy's the only one who's got mimosa left. Happy Sunday to my tribe. Thank you for joining me.
I love you guys.
Thanks, guys.
I love you back.